everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now, Matthew Dobson, about 6 weeks ago, came to me on a chat and said, "Hey Rob, you need to check this game out. It's something special." So I said, "All right, I'll look into it. We'll see." Because when one of our community members says, "Hey, this will fit the channel great and we would love to see it," I do everything I can to bring it in, no matter what it costs or anything, because I try to share experiences with you guys. It's probably the most important thing, and it means a lot to me. So I went on a mad hunt for this game right here, Stars of Akarios. And I'm going to tell you a story that is pretty unbelievable, and kind of took a lot to get this game here. And I want to talk about this game as well. So I looked it up a little bit, saw a little bit about it, and I was interested. So I went to the company, wrote them a letter in the support, and said, "Hey," I asked a couple questions. One, I'm going to buy this. Do I really need the extra ships? Do I need the mat? And where would I send a video when I'm done with it for you guys to help, the support? I like to see companies that I don't know do very, very well. 10 days go by, I don't hear a thing, which is kind of typical, but you kind of hope that you would hear something. And then finally I heard something, and they basically said, well, the ships, which I ended up buying, do enhance the game and really make a big difference, and so does the mat. So and also you can upload the video, you could send it here, and they also said that, hey, if you want to apply, you can apply to see if you can get a free game. Okay, I'll give it a shot. So I filled out the form and never got a yes or no. Okay, so I went on eBay and I ordered the game after waiting almost 2 weeks to hear, at least something back. I guess we weren't big enough or good enough, which we're a small channel. What does it matter? So then I found a copy on eBay, and I was going to pay a little bit extra, and that was fine. I buy it and expected to get it about a week or so ago, and unfortunately the guy was on vacation and didn't shut down his eBay thing. So I had to wait, and then finally we got it early in the week, and I started looking at this. Now, here's the good stuff. This is unbelievable. Let's go down the table. I'm not going to explain everything. Actually, Ohm Board Games does a fantastic job. I believe it's Brandon McCaskill. He does a video which really gives you and points you in the right direction and shows you how great this game is. So let's go down the table. I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to tell you, I want to show you the miniatures, because we are going to be painting this, and we're going to be doing live plays for this. Matthew, you wanted it, you get it. I promise you. This has been a very busy time for me, and I'm excited. I feel rejuvenated and excited because great games are coming out, and they are fun. So let's go down the table and take a look at Stars of Akarios. So I was deciding where to get the neoprene map, but this is the board that comes with the game. It's two-sided, and it is glorious. You are going to be in the Sparrow, okay? And these game trays from this game company that does this, the game tray company, they are changing the way how games are and how you put things away. This is absolutely beautiful. This is your Sparrow, and you are going to use this to go around, but you are going to be a character, okay, that is aboard that ship, which is glorious unto itself. And for instance here, you're going to have your own tray, and we're going to paint this one up because this is going to be, this Starla is my girl here. I love this character, and I love this ship because it reminds me of the old Silent Death ships. So we're going to paint these two up and we're going to get going with it. And I also got the ships that I just want to show you. You could buy separately. Instead of using the cardboard cutouts, you can actually use these ships, which we are going to be painting all these enemies up and star bases and everything else because we want 3D models and glory and everything. So you can purchase that separately, which I did and brought into. I'm not going to show you everything here, but I'm going to give you a good idea how this works and what goes on here. There are some great videos out there that show you everything that goes. You are going to start with these systems, and you're going to be going through, you're going to have your big boy here going through the systems. And there are certain numbers here that you're going to do. You're going to add either 1, 2 up here. I don't want to spoil everything. And there's going to be certain marks and certain events that are going to happen that you are going to look up in this gloriously huge scenario book, which just, I don't want to spoil everything, that just gives you tons and tons of stuff. There are success and failures that you're going to roll. You're going to be rolling different dice. These dice come into play. I'll explain these in a second. So that's one aspect of it. And then say, for instance, you go someplace and you decide to get into a fight. Now, I'm not going to take out the enemy ships, but I'm going to show you that your ship that you are going to go into isn't going to crash like that. But there may be an objective here, for instance, like a satellite that you have to protect. And of course, the enemy will be surrounding it depending on how many players that you play. These go in together so easily. And this ship is going to be your ship. But you are going to have a board here. And this is where I want to show you. You're going to have your call sign, Starla, name of your squad. You're going to have any kind of notes that you have. And you're going to be able to level up, which is glorious. This is your pilot. They're going to have a certain amount of health and mind and strength and stuff like that. As you can see, health, and you'll have shields and stuff like that. And the same thing with your ship. You're going to have, it's assault, it's heavy, so you're going to be able to add those type of things in here. Weapons, you're going to be able to get and upgrade weapons, and we'll explain that in a second. And as you can see, this will just go in here like this. You're going to use cubes here to mark off things, and as your shields get hit, then once you go past the shields, you will be taking hits in the health. You are going to roll these dice, okay? And well, okay, that's a perfect roll to kind of show you what goes on here. You're going to roll these dice, and what's going to happen is you're going to assign these dice for movement. Well, I'm going to have to put a movement die there, and then I'll be able to move a certain way. If there's an enemy there, I'm going to use and want to use, like for instance, I would use these two. Now for this, let me just explain, there's not a plus sign here. So you can, if you had two of these, you can move twice. Okay, so you can put one here and then put one here. And then if you had another move dice, like this wild dice that you can use either for combat or movement, well, you can use that here to move again. So you can move up to 3 times, as much as your dice will allow you to. But for this, if you want to get a bigger attack value, which as you can see is 2, and say for instance, our enemy, which you will have these beautiful, beautiful cards, and you'll have the enemy card in here, and they will have a certain amount of health and shields and stuff like that, and they'll have different abilities and things like that, and you're going to be trying to take these bad boys out. So for instance, if you use that, you're going to do 2 against the enemy, okay? But that's not it. You're going to have these modifier cards, and you're going to shuffle these up, and you are going to turn it over, and I would get +1, so I would do 3. So if our enemy had a health of 3, we would be able to shoot them down, okay? Over here, if we wanted to use one of these abilities, we would be able to, actually this isn't an ability, this is an enemy combat card, sorry about that. But there are ability cards that you can use that are going to help you, for instance here, oh there we go, we would take 1 here, and then we would need a either or. We could put this here, we could put a wild card here, or we could put another one here, and that would do 5 damage within this range here, okay? And what would happen is it would take up a certain amount of supply here, depending on what you have, and you would have it would do 5 damage plus 1 would be 6. Okay, so, and you also have engine cards that you can purchase, tech cards you can purchase, ability cards for your ship, ability cards for your pilot. And you're going to be leveling up. You'll be going to bases and buying things in a market. The game is incredibly deep. Sorry, I wish I pulled out a card, but I didn't open up all the cards yet. But that's not all. This isn't all just about space combat. You're probably wondering, well, why do I have this figure here, which goes right there, okay? And your ship goes here. Really neat how this board works, huh? Well, you can do the same thing, only on the ground. So you're going to have these cards, and you're going to start here on this particular area, and your hero would start here, and there are certain things that you're going to do. If I want to go here, I'm going to have to roll a couple of dice, movement dice. Well, I got it. I got a wild card, so I can move that and turn that here. But there are also tests and different things and sections that will tell you to read inside the book, and will tell this story as you go through and deal with things on the planet and how your hero will survive on the planet. So a very deep and rich game. This is just unbelievable and so well thought out. I'm not telling you everything. There's so much to this that I really highly suggest, and I mean this in the utmost way, that this is a must-have for anybody that loves a role-playing type of games that have a sci-fi feel to it. This is amazing. I love the dice, how you are assigning dice. I love the ships. I love everything about this, the story and everything in it. This was a fantastic pick by Matthew, and I can't thank him enough for pointing me in this direction, because honestly, I think I found a game that I will have for a lifetime. For sure. You're going to be seeing some live playthroughs. We're going to paint up the ships. We're going to do some playthroughs of this. I'm excited about this. This is the kind of stuff that changes how I feel about gaming, because they provide you with something that is just glorious. It's innovative, it's smart, it's beautiful, and does everything right. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts. For me, this is another game changer. This is a game that, this does what Chronicle of Drungor did for dungeon crawls. This is done for space combat games for me. This has changed the game completely. This is something incredibly special. Hats off to Ohm Games. Your customer support, I would hope to get a little bit better support. And I'm still wondering if I should go get the mat from these guys, because while the board is nice, I like the neoprene. The ships are beautiful. The game is beautiful. The storybook, the scenario book, phenomenal. Everything about this is special. And I can't wait to bring this to you. This is when I get really excited, is when people produce games with passion and caring and quality and put everything they have into it. And I look at it and I go, wow, I can never dream this up in a million years. And I get excited to bring these type of games to you. This is what's keeping me in the game, folks. This is what's keeping me in the game. People like Stars of Akarios, Oathsworn, Burn Cycle. This is what's keeping me in the game, is quality, fantastic, not just mass producing old games and just being boring. People that are coming up with things that just stand out and are glorious. And that's what this Ohm Games has done, Ohm Board Games. And I look forward to anything that they do now. They are on my radar big time, and I will support them any way I can. Customer support, whatever. But fantastic company, great, beautiful game. I suggest you get it if you can. Go to their website, order it. They're from Canada. I had a little problem with my credit card, which, I mean, I have $20,000 in credit and I couldn't get it to work through, and I called my bank and they were like, well, it's overseas and you know, you might run into that. But you know, I kind of forced myself to go to eBay, which made it a lot easier, and I thought I was going to get it in a few days, and you know, I've already told you the whole story. But this is a game, a must-have in your collection. Matthew Dobson, get ready. Thank you so much for suggesting this. We're going to dedicate a video to you, my friend. You are glorious and a good friend of the channel, and I thank you so much for bringing me to a game that I don't think I would have checked. And I would have been horribly disappointed because this is special. I mean special beyond words. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. These are the type of games that are going to change how I look at things. These are setting the bar, and boy, I'm telling you people, if you are making a game, take a look at a game like this, because this is the bar has been set. This is special, and I'm telling you, this is something that you need to have. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.